From the chaotic urban sprawls of Delhi to the open defecation practices in rural areas, India faces a significant sanitation crisis. This perception isn't baseless, it's rooted in complex social, economic, and cultural factors. But why exactly is India so dirty?
This is a beach where people go to the bathroom in public. The streets are constantly refreshed with human excrement. And as you walk, you'll need to oftenly dodge human and animal feces to not get infected.
It's currently 6 a.m. in the middle of the street.
To begin, it's important to acknowledge that not all of India is dirty. Cities like Hyderabad have earned a reputation for being relatively clean and modern. However, when we shift our focus to cities like Mumbai or Delhi, the contrast is striking. Streets littered with garbage, overcrowded public spaces, and polluted rivers paint a grim picture. The problem isn't confined to urban centers. In rural areas, the practice of open defecation persists at alarming rates, with over 53% of Indian households reportedly lacking access to proper sanitation facilities. This figure, though declining in recent years, remains staggeringly high when compared to neighboring countries like Bangladesh, which has reduced its open defecation rate to just 4%. Surprisingly, the issue is not merely one of poverty. While poverty plays a role, it is not the sole reason for India's sanitation problems. Bangladesh, a poorer country, has managed to address its sanitation issues more effectively. Similarly, many African nations with lower GDPs than India boast better public hygiene and waste management practices. The core issue lies in a combination of cultural beliefs, lack of education, weak governance, and inadequate infrastructure. One of the most significant contributors to India's sanitation crisis is the cultural mindset surrounding waste and cleanliness. In many parts of India, cleanliness is considered a private affair, confined to one's home or immediate surroundings. Outside the home, responsibility for cleanliness is often viewed as the government's problem. This mentality leads to widespread littering and poor maintenance of public spaces. The attitude of "I pay my taxes, so it's the government's job" perpetuates a cycle of neglect. This contrasts sharply with countries where individuals take collective responsibility for public spaces, leading to cleaner environments. Another deeply ingrained issue is the practice of open defecation. Many people in rural areas believe that defecating in open spaces is more hygienic than using a toilet.
So this gentleman thought that defecating in the open was actually better for health than using a latrine.
This belief is often passed down through generations, and changing such cultural norms requires more than just building toilets. While government initiatives like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Clean India Mission have made significant progress by constructing millions of toilets, many remain unused due to lack of awareness and proper education about hygiene. Compounding these issues is the caste system, which continues to influence societal attitudes towards sanitation. In India, certain tasks, such as cleaning and waste management, are often relegated to the Dalit community, historically considered the lowest caste. This division of labor based on caste perpetuates the idea that sanitation is someone else's responsibility. Higher caste individuals often refuse to engage in tasks they deem unclean, leaving the burden of maintaining cleanliness to marginalized groups. This societal structure not only reinforces inequality but also hampers collective efforts to improve sanitation. The government's role in India's sanitation crisis cannot be ignored. Weak enforcement of laws and regulations exacerbates the problem. While there are laws against littering and open defecation, they are rarely enforced. This lack of accountability allows unsanitary practices to continue unchecked. For instance, many industries dispose of waste improperly, polluting rivers and other water bodies. The Ganges River, considered sacred by millions of Indians, is a glaring example. Despite its religious significance, it is heavily polluted with industrial waste, sewage, and human remains. efforts to clean the river have been met with limited success due to poor implementation and lack of coordination among government agencies. Urban areas face additional challenges due to rapid population growth and inadequate infrastructure. Cities like Mumbai, home to millions of people, generate enormous amounts of waste daily. However, waste management systems are often overwhelmed, leading to piles of garbage on streets and in open spaces. According to reports, only 20 to 30% of waste in Indian cities is recycled or properly disposed of. The rest is left to accumulate, creating unsanitary conditions and breeding grounds for disease. Public transportation systems in India also highlight the sanitation crisis. Indian Railways, one of the largest rail networks in the world, struggles with overcrowding and poor maintenance. Overcapacity in trains often forces passengers to travel in unhygienic conditions. In rural areas, it's not uncommon to see people defecating near railway tracks due to the lack of public toilets. This not only creates an unpleasant experience for travelers, but also poses serious health risks. Pollution in India extends beyond waste and sanitation. Air quality in cities like Delhi regularly ranks among the worst in the world. The thick smog that blankets the city is a result of industrial emissions, vehicle pollution, and agricultural practices like crop burning. Noise pollution is another issue, with incessant honking on roads contributing to stressful and chaotic urban environments. Despite these challenges, India has the potential to turn things around. Lessons can be learned from countries like China, which successfully addressed its pollution and sanitation problems through strict regulations and public awareness campaigns. While India has taken steps in the right direction, such as launching the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and banning single-use plastics, these efforts need to be scaled up and implemented more effectively. So, what needs to change for India to overcome its sanitation crisis? First and foremost, education and awareness are key. People need to understand the importance of hygiene and the impact of their actions on public health and the environment. Schools can play a crucial role in instilling these values from a young age. Additionally, community-led initiatives can help change cultural norms and encourage collective responsibility for cleanliness. Second, the government must strengthen enforcement of sanitation laws. Strict penalties for littering, open defecation, and improper waste disposal can act as deterrents. However, enforcement alone is not enough. The government also needs to invest in building and maintaining proper infrastructure, such as public toilets, waste treatment facilities, and recycling plants. Third, addressing inequality is essential. Breaking down caste barriers and ensuring equal opportunities for all citizens can foster a sense of shared responsibility for sanitation. Empowering marginalized communities with education and job opportunities can also help reduce their reliance on menial labor and improve their quality of life. Fourth, decentralizing resources and empowering local governments can make a significant difference. Municipalities should have the autonomy and funding to address their unique sanitation challenges. Public-private partnerships can also play a role in improving waste management and infrastructure. Lastly, public participation is crucial. Citizens must take an active role in keeping their surroundings clean, whether by reducing waste, segregating garbage, or participating in community cleanup drives. Changing societal attitudes toward cleanliness and hygiene will require a collective effort from all sections of society. India's sanitation crisis is a complex problem with no easy solutions. However, with concerted efforts from the government, private sector, and citizens, the situation can improve. India is a country of immense potential, rich in culture and talent. By addressing its sanitation issues, it can create a cleaner, healthier environment for its people and set an example for the world. The journey toward a cleaner India won't be easy, but it's a goal worth striving for.